attacks. I had a major blockage. I still have a major blockage in a part of my heart I can't get to. And I already had 13 stents in my heart, and they needed to put some more in, but they were afraid to put those in without creating more damage.
Yeah.
When I was in the hospital, he had this vascular surgeon do some special things, so they were able to put 2 more stents in me. And,
How do you feel now?
well, I haven't, all the 11 years I didn't have any medicine, I had heart and chest pains. Excuse me, I had chest pains every day, bad enough that most people would have went to the hospital, and I just ignored them. Some nights I would go to sleep feeling so bad that I would call my children, and I wouldn't tell them I was sick, but I'd wake up in the morning, and I was amazed I'm still here. And I would just get up and go to a school and work with those kids. And one little boy, I found out when I had this last heart attack, this little 5-year-old boy told his father, he said, that Andy Mackie, he's died 2 or 3 times and been brought back to life. Is he like Santa Claus or something?
You're not going to go away. I think you're here to stay, and I actually think you're here to not only get medical treatment, but to improve your health and get rid of some of the pains in your body so that if your spirit still wants to go on and work with kids, that you're able to do that.
I don't mind the pain I live in. I mean, I'm so excited and so fulfilled with what I see happening with these children. And, so it's a little bit of discomfort. Everybody has, some kind of discomfort,
That's amazing. What are some of the things you're seeing happening? What do the kids tell you? What do the children tell you that warms your heart?
Well, many of them, want to do what I'm doing. And I have children who are now, in their 20s, who will stop me in the street and say, Andy, you were the first person who made me believe that I could be somebody, that I could do something,
That's so important. And you're working with their self-esteem and their sense of creation and wonder about life.
Yeah. Yeah, and they get, it's a whole lot more than teaching music, When you teach a class to build them, they work with each other. And, in every class there are some children who pick it up really quick, and they end up being the teachers. Like when I teach harmonica,
right?
Within 5 minutes, I've found 2 or 3 children who can actually be the harmonica and that teacher from that point on.
Do you think that a lot of children are natural and they can take to it quickly?
A lot of them are, and it's funny. It's a lot of times it's a child who's doing poorly in the school work, or a child who has behavior problems, or all different kinds of stuff. And
that's interesting. Do you think that what you do is you turn on a light, the switch goes on of creativity?
I've been given a gift. It seems like that I can make children believe that they're special. Each and every child is special, and they can be whoever they want to be. Whatever you do, just do your best. It might not be as good as a child next to you, but God doesn't expect any more than you to do your best, and He will bless that.
It's beautiful. You say that music is a gift.
Yes, and once you learn the song, you give it away.
And how do you do that?
Teach someone else.
You teach someone else?
Teach someone else how to play and share it with your family and with your community. See, besides all the music, we have given away over $500 scholarships for children to go to college. And that money is basically raised by concerts that I organize with children who have taught how to play music. They'll be on the program that night. And we've also raised large amount of money for Habitat for Humanity. We do a concert every year.
How long have you had your foundation?
About 9 years.
And are there a lot of people participating, or is it kind of a little bit here and a little bit there? Or
Well, a lot of people come forward and help for a while, and, we get busy. Everybody's busy making a living in today's economy, And I live so simple. I don't need hardly anything to live on, and I can't take anything with me anyway,
Right. If you had to ask the Lord for a request in terms of your time here on earth, what would you ask for?
Just to continue blessing what I'm doing. I don't take any responsibility for any of this stuff that's happened, other than I'm using the gifts. And I'm willing to share them, and I'm not looking for anything in return. And I refuse to make a dollar out of any of this. It's amazing what you can do when you. I mean, every one of us can help the people around us. And a lot of people think, well, I don't know what I can do. But, you start doing, giving up yourself to your fellow human beings. And if you're doing the right thing, whatever you need just appears. I mean, when I started building these instruments, I had an awful hard time finding the proper types of wood. And when I came back from my trip in Michigan here just a couple of weeks ago, I went in my barn, and here is 500 pieces of wood already cut and milled for guitar necks. They have to shape them and all that stuff. And then about 1,000 other already cut, And that's just the way it's been happening. It seems like whatever I need appears from someplace.
What do you think that's about? When you say it appears, you mean it's by grace, right?
It's by grace. Mm-hmm.
In other words, you're being supplied by the Creator. Do you sing?
And I just have a desire to help. Everybody gets so busy, trying to accumulate a bunch of things, We have so much stuff in this country that we just take for granted, There's a lot of people in this country who cannot afford musical instruments or lessons for their children. And there's no reason why. I believe that if you play an instrument and God has given you that gift, you need to share that gift with someone else. If a musician would take 20 kids and teach them for nothing, look at the difference that we could make. I have had children go overseas on different trips who taught those children how to play harmonica. They went over to villages in Thailand and places like that and taught those children how to play. Now those children are teaching the surrounding villages how to play.
It's like a gift of the Spirit, really.
Yeah.
This is truly the gift of the Spirit, because part of what you're doing, too, is you're bringing joy in the creation of the instruments, togetherness, harmony, happiness, pleasure, fun, and community.
And the joy in your own life, I think, is in proportion to the joy that you bring to others, The more you're willing to give of yourself, the more you are blessed. And you can't see it, It's not something you can hold, but you can sure feel it.
It's interesting. I have been on a mission for 25 years to be part of bringing solutions and discoveries and new knowledge and important works to the world, and to help facilitate and fast-track that. Along the way, I got involved in broadcasting and fell in love with it, and started in television in Los Angeles and then went into radio. And realized that I had been given a real gift and a series of gifts, and I love to make things happen and to present and to bring people together. And I noticed that I had this ability to draw people out and to bring the best of them out in dialogue. I applied to radio stations all over the country and got turned down for 5 years and decided that I would stop broadcasting. And back in October, I decided, you know what? It gives me a lot of joy and it's a good work. I'm going back in.